'tis the season to make a fun craft, and of course our friend Lisa Deemer here at Main Street Makery, you always have the perfect project for us, and you're like just on the cutting edge of cool things, you know. But I know you have a great interest in herbs, and you're going to show us how to make something with herbs today.
Yes, we're going to be making lamb's ear ornaments.
I love it.
So lamb's ear are such an adorable little herb to grow in your garden because they're so soft.
They are.
They feel like little stuffed animals.
They do.
And the best part is they don't seem to get too brittle over time. So these ornaments will last for years.
Wow, this is fun. All right, well, where do we start, Lisa?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a styrofoam ball. We'll start with ice cream sticks. I pre-cut 2 little squares, and I like to put that on the bottom just in case our leaves don't line up.
Okay.
That's going to cover it. So just take a little glue and stick it on the bottom, and then put that little piece on there. And now the best part about this project is that you can literally cover half this ball with glue because you have this part to work with your hands.
Oh,
and then
okay.
we're going to touch the fuzzy part, and then we'll be able to do the other half of the ornament. So it's really kind of like fun. It's not awkward. So I'm going to just load up some glue here. I'm using the tacky glue, the one that's a little bit thicker.
Oh yeah, I was going to say it has a marshmallow consistency.
Yeah. If I would use the Elmer's or the white school glue,
yeah,
it'll be dripping all over the place. This stuff doesn't really drip that much. Definitely easier to use. So we have all different size lamb petals here.
Right.
So I usually like to work with on this size ball, these little tiny medium size ones.
All right.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the point facing down, and I'm going to come up just like that.
So this is the bottom, right?
That's the bottom.
All right.
So now what I do is I take one of these smaller guys and I put it just like that. And the reason why I'm alternating between large and small is because if I would go large all the way around, I'd have a bunch of white spots. So by doing a smaller one, it's not taking up the bulk of the leaf up here.
All right.
And it still covers it. So now just take another little small one and line it up either here or here, whatever way you work. I'm lefty, so I always do everything right there. Perfect.
It's okay if we have a little V there.
Yep, because the next row is going to cover that up.
Okay, gotcha.
So now we're going to continue that all the way around.
These are so beautiful.
And they're so soft.
Oh, they are so soft.
It's like working with fabric or felt.
It really is. They're so soft.
It's nature's felt.
It is.
I'll give you a pair of scissors because if you have a really big leaf, you can just nip it off because the next row is going to cover
it
that up.
anyway. Okay, yeah. That's true. Lambs are really, you can grow them in your yard anywhere.
Absolutely.
Right?
I actually have them growing in full shade, which is surprising because they do need light somehow, but they get much bigger if they're in sun. And they make a beautiful little border. I have never found deer to eat them. They never eat them, and they stay really well for the whole summer. What's nice about the lamb's ear is as it dries, it gets multi, kind of like colored. It doesn't dry all in one solid color. Now our next step is to cover that whole half with glue.
This is looking so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. It's so exciting.
And I just slap the glue on and then spread it around. That might be the cake decorator in me, but I just take a big blob of glue and then worry about smearing it around once it's up there. And the glue is going to dry clear anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, not that you want to purposefully slop it up, but it's going to be fine. So now you want to think about it because this is the part of the ball that people are going to see. So what I like to do is line up the point just covering the previous leaf in between 2 petals. So I'm going to put that right there. So you notice how I put it in between 2 of the previous petals?
Okay.
And now I'm going to follow the same pattern all the way around. I might not use as many of these. I'm going to stick with the smaller ones now. So you see that?
Right.
And it's all going to meet up in the top, and it's going to be perfect. So don't worry about that. Once the whole ball is covered, then what I can do is I can pick this up and put a little dab.
Right, I'm going to have to
a little dab will do you down there, just like that. Just not on every single one, just on the ones that are sticking out.
Okay.
So now that you're all covered with lamb's ear, squishy lamb's ear, just take the whole ball and squish it with your hands. You shouldn't have too much glue. You're going to get a little bit of glue on you, but you're not going to have too much. Right. What I'm going to do, because I have a little spot on top, is I'm just going to take a random little leaf and stick it up there because we're going to put a crown of something on top. It's like forming a snowball.
It is. It's like forming a snowball.
And look how cute.
They are so beautiful.
They really are. So now what I have here, I have these little hooks. So you're going to take it, and it's just, you could use an O-hook, but you want something that has a little bit of a stem. I'm going to dip it in the glue, and I'm going to just puncture it right on the top into the ornament, right into the foam. So now you get to choose, do you want to do rosebuds around the outer edge? Do you want to do pine cones? And you can paint these gold or red or whatever color you want. Basically just stick it in there, in the glue, just like that, and plop it around.
Oh, that's
It's going to probably take 6 to 7 pine cones. I'm just going to grab a few here.
All right. It's great, too, because you have so many different examples of what you can do. You did use the little rosebuds on one of yours on the
little
tree.
rosebuds. Yeah, I even did one with a little bit of a boa. In case you're like a girly girl, you know, with the flash, you can do a little boa around. You know, if you have little kids, you can put googly eyes on them.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That'd be sweet.
So you're done. That's it.
I love
it. On a Saturday afternoon, you can knock out a whole dozen of these.
Totally. What a nice gift this would be, too.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. And you can personalize it. You can, if you're giving it a gift to somebody, you could take something out of their garden and make a thing around there to make it really personal.
That would be a good idea.
You know? And then we just put a regular hook on. I found these adorable ones in a craft fair this year. And then you would just hook that on to the little hook in there.
And there it is.
Woo.
Beautiful. I love the little lamb's ear ornaments.
Yes.
Coming up next. Well, Lisa has a second idea, right?
Yes.
I can't wait to see what this one's going to
The
be.
same concept, and these adorable little tree-shaped cones were perfect.
Well, Lisa has a second idea, right?
Yes.
I can't wait to see what this one's going to be.
The same concept. We're starting with a foam shape, and these adorable little tree-shaped cones were perfect. And you can get them at a craft store.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the bottom of the cone with glue and be generous. Take a big blob and smear it around. And then I'm going to take a big leaf that's as wide as the tree, and I'm going to just press it on there.
Then we just trim it around.
Now we're going to just trim it
Now,
off.
do you leave any like lap over, or just trim it as
you don't
close
have to
as
worry
you
about
can?
it because the leaves are going to cover it over. Because this is a tiny tree, so you want to use the smaller leaves. And these are found in the heart of the lamb's ear. So the bigger ones are going to be out on the outer edge, and as it comes into the middle, the leaves get smaller and smaller. So it's easy to sort them out by size.
Okay.
Okay, so same thing. You could smear some glue onto your tree base. I go up about halfway, and this styrofoam is a little on the smoother side, so it's going to be easier. And then just like before, you start taking leaves, and I go just about 1/8 of an inch over the bottom, because that way, when I fold it over, it's not going to be too much waste of the leaf.
So point down.
Point down. And then I'm just going to go, now this is a much smaller area, so you don't have to go smaller and bigger. You can just go around. And if you feel like you see how I'm starting to come on a complete crooked thing, then I'm just going to take a smaller petal and go all the way down just on that spot. Because what's going to happen is when you're looking at it, you're not going to notice that.
Okay.
It's going to look continuous.
It seems like you can get quite a bit of leaves from like a plant, I would imagine, from one plant.
Yep. Just remember, you want to pick it in early September, put them in a Ziploc bag with a piece of paper towel. And the reason why is they'll stay nice and soft and fluffy like this with just a damp paper towel in a plastic Ziploc bag. You can wait, but the longer you wait, if you have early frosts and things,
you're right. You're risking of losing all of them, right?
Yeah. And then now I'm just going to do the crown. It's probably only going to take 5 or 6 petals to get around this way. So the same thing, I'm just going to go a little bit over that seam where the other ones ended. So you want to, obviously you want the petal to reach the top. So you want to go with a little bit of a, you know, like a bigger, small one. Like that's perfect what you're looking at there. And you're going to do point side down. And this top row is only going to take 4 or 5 petals at the most.
Yeah, not at all.
And I'm not worrying about the little glue that you see here because the glue dries clear.
Oh, yeah,
so you don't have to worry about that. Now, I happen to have a lot of extra leaves on top because I took bigger ones so there was enough smaller ones for you. So what I'm going to just do, take my scissor and cut right down to the top. Look, at mine has like a little bustle in the back.
Oh, it does! Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
So now another cute little thing is the acorns fall in August. And when they fall, you have a full nut, just like this.
Right.
The problem is the squirrel, the deer, all the animals eat them. So by September, there's very few nuts, but you get a whole pile of caps.
Yeah.
All right? So no one wants just a cap hanging there. There's creative things you could do with it, but not really. So what I did was I bought myself a bag of hazelnuts or filberts.
How about
they look
that?
just like
Exactly
acorns. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a doll head for the angel, or an angel head. So I did make you a hair in advance. This is actually jute. And what's great about jute is that you can untwist it on the hair like this, and then it gets all those little strands. So by pulling it, it's going to look like real hair.
Wow, look at that.
Isn't that crazy?
It does look like hair. Oh, I love it.
I am going to bring the glue gun in now because I want her head to adhere pretty well. But I want to take one of the hazelnuts, whichever one you want, and I'm going to put just a little dab of glue on that white spot. So the hazelnut does have a white spot, and the other side is the kind of like the dimple or the nipple that regular acorns do have. So I want to keep that down.
Oh, okay, that's the kind of neck
and I'm going to
area.
put that on there. But that's just a preference. You can choose whatever you want. So I want to put her hair on first. So I put a dab of glue, and then I'm going to put her hair on. And I'm going to hold it and let it dry while I'm holding her hair down.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the hot glue. It dries pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So now I'm going to choose a cap. So once again, I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the top of her head. And I want to remember that this is going to be her face. So I want to put the glue towards the back so she doesn't have glue dripping down. And then once again, I'm just going to hold it for a second or two. Now we're just going to put a little dab of glue on the top of your tree. Decide what's going to be the front and the back before you put her face on. And I like that little bustle look, so I'm going to put that towards the back and sit her right on top.
This is like so adorable.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, adorable.
So now you decide, how do I want to dress her? Or do I want to put a bow on under her neck, which I think I'm going to do on mine. And then just a little dab of glue, tiniest little dab. And I'm going to put the bow on her, right underneath her neck. Now, if you want to turn her into an angel, what I found at my local plant store is this called honesty plant or money plant. And they make perfect wings. So I'm just going to pull 2 of them off that look similar in size.
Okay.
And I'm just going to glue the wings on her back. Put a little dab of glue on the back of her head. I move her hair out of the way, and I put a little dab of glue right back there. And then just place her wings on there. And then once again, I hold it for just a second so that the hot glue gets a chance to adhere. You can leave her and set her on the floor underneath your tree, or you can add, again, a little hook. I love these little hooks with the swirl on them because they kind of add another little element. So I'm going to put a little dot just under her cap, and then I'm going to add my hook. And that's it.
Oh my goodness, they're so sweet.
They really are.
Lisa, these 2 projects are fabulous, and you have another idea for us, right?
Yes, you can make a whole array of trees. An extra little added thing you can do is get a fragrance oil of a pine or a balsam or something like that. Because the lamb's ear is so absorbent, you put a drop or 2 underneath on the bottom, and then it will smell like Christmas.
Oh my gosh, perfect. That's the icing on the cake
right there. Yes, it really is. The holidays is the time everybody thinks about baking and sharing experiences, and we're perfect with that. So we have Yule log classes, cookie classes. We're even going to do a croquembouche. So there's lots of different things, of course, gingerbread and the regular classics. So we are located in downtown Stroudsburg, 733 Main Street, and our website is www.mainstreetmakery.com.
Terrific. Lisa, thank you for having us today, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, thank you. You too.
Thanks, Lisa.